Hi there, I'm the Witch, but for you it's Daisy. Today we're gonna be making kombucha. Not just any kombucha, magical kombucha. Today we're gonna talk about potions. Now, there are a lot of controversies out there in the witchy world about what potions are, about what you should or shouldn't do with potions. I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about what potions mean to me, how I see them, how I use them, and how kombucha is relevant for potion making. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the definition. Everyone can come up with their own definition of what a potion is. So I went on the Cambridge Dictionary and pulled out the definition of potion. Yes, the Cambridge Dictionary is mundane. It is absolutely not witchy related whatsoever. But I think it's still relevant, you know? We have to start somewhere to have a foundation of some sort, and this is mine. So, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, a potion is a liquid that is believed to have magical effect on someone who drinks it. So, a liquid that is believed to have a magical effect on someone who drinks it. Here we have a lot of what I think are the base components of the potion. It's a liquid, it's magical, and it affects a person who is supposed to drink it. You ingest the potion. Now, not everyone agrees on that. That's my take on it. And the magical effects are going to depend on a few things. What you make the potion for. So if it's a love potion or an health potion, it's not going to have the same effects. Duh. But it also depends on who makes it, how it's made, what is it made of, and a lot of, intertwined components that make it, a potion isn't just any liquid. You have to actively make it, and it is composed of things that are going to act in a certain way, according to your exact intention and energy and all of that. So, for example, if I made a potion and someone else try to make a similar potion, like we both made health potions, we probably wouldn't use the same things in the same way, and we wouldn't phrase our intent the same way, and our energies aren't the same. So the results has the same objective, but is not going to act the same way. This is something you have to keep in mind for whatever spell you're making, whereas it's potion or just any spell that you want to make. It's gonna depend on anything that is involved in the process of making it, including yourself. Now that this is said, a potion, according to how I conceive it, can be made out of anything that you can drink. It could be water, it could be tea, it could be juice, it could be a smoothie, it could be a soup, it could be a milkshake, anything. And in this case, it's gonna be kombucha. As long as it's safe for you to ingest, you decide what you want to make your potion out of. And if you want to decide that a potion shouldn't be drink. And if you want to decide that you shouldn't drink a potion, then it's fine. It's up to you. It's your practice. Now, please just don't come at people like me who, in their practice, decide to ingest it. Spell. Why do I make this spell? Why do I want to do this spell? And why do I want to do it in this shape or whatever, in this shape? So why make a potion? A potion is, again, according to how I conceive it, is something that you're gonna ingest. So your body is gonna directly process the components and energies of the spell faster. It's like it's gonna be processed way faster because it's gonna be direct, you know? It's gonna be within you and words distributed directly within a few hours, even instantly. Like if you enchant water to be cleansing, that can be considered a potion. It's a liquid, it has magical effects, you know. So if you enchant water to be cleansing and you drink it, the effect is instant, because as you drink it, it's going to take effect immediately and cleanse your body. So that is the main reason why you might want to make a potion, for the direct and fast effect it has on you and on your body. Now, that being said, that could also be the reason why you don't want to make a potion, because you don't want something so fast, because as it is directly ingested and directly processed by the body, by anything, it's also not going to have long-lasting results, you know? It's probably just gonna be like a really fast thing, really direct, but that's not gonna last. Like how you drink water to be cleansed, it's gonna cleanse you now, but in an hour, if you just, I don't know, if you get into a fight an hour later, it's not gonna keep cleansing you, like your body has processed it already. Now, another reason why you might want to make a potion is just because you like it, you know? Every practice and practitioners are different, so some might prefer to make spell jars, some might prefer to use sigils, some might prefer to make potions. It's totally up to you. As a kitchen witch, or as kitchen witchery is a big part of my practice, it makes sense to me to make potions and to use them. And that's probably one of the things I do most often as well. But that's up to me, and what you want to do with your craft is up to you. Now, next interesting question. What can a potion be for? You know? So I already stated it with the, like, already talked about it earlier. You can make a potion for cleansing, for health, for love, though I highly recommend to rather do the self-love potion than straight up love potions, because consent and a lot of other ethical and practical reasons that I'm not going to touch here, but whatever. So it can be cleansing, can be for love, self-love most likely, most preferably. What did I say? Cleansing, love, health, or healing, because those two can be different. A health potion can be to give you a boost, rather than a healing potion is gonna be to help your body heal from something specific, you know? It can be for strength, for confidence, for protection, for whatever you can think of. It can be made a potion. Now, before we get into the heart of this video and about why I chose kombucha, some precautions. Make sure that if you conceive potions the same way I do, as a liquid that you ingest for its magical effects, make something that is not harmful to ingest, because you're gonna be ingesting it, you or somebody else. And most importantly, as with anything, mundane before magical, which means that your potion or any spell isn't gonna be a replacement for actual physical actions in the world or medical advice and medicine. So anyways, now I'm gonna talk a bit about the ingredients specifically in the kombucha and specifically in the one I made. So obviously you have the base ingredients of the kombucha, so the mother kombucha, well, the water, the tea, and the sugar. So the mother kombucha, or the kombucha thing, pancake, whatever, however you call that, is what is gonna bond the spell together. As it brews the kombucha, as it ferments and eats the sugar, it's gonna, it's gonna do the work. The sugar, I don't really infuse with any energy, intent, or whatever. Since it's gonna be eaten by the kombucha mother, I leave it just as, let's say, spell food. Just it's there, but I try not, I don't personally enchant into your spoon. Now the tea. The tea is gonna be the base of your kombucha. The kombucha itself is the binding. It needs something to bind, so that is gonna be the tea. The tea is gonna provide the ingredients that are gonna carry your intent, power, and energy, and that are gonna come together with the kombucha to make the potion. So the tea I used in this recipe, or rather in this brew, is called vanilla lemongrass. I wanted to make the spell for protection. Protection specifically against other people, against harmful energies and intent. So the way I use this tea is the lemongrass is a natural repellent, a bug repellent, a pest repellent. So I use the lemongrass as the repellent for those harmful intents and energies that I'm trying to keep away. Then it also has some citruses, which also serves as a repellent, but also as a cleanser from those said energies. So it helps, get rid of them and keep them at bay. And now that this is done, we use the vanilla as a sweetener. So the vanilla is gonna sweeten the existing and coming energies so that they aren't harmful or can't harm, and so maybe some better intentions come by, so we attract sweeter things. When making a spell, something that is very important is what the ingredients mean to you, how you perceive them, how you perceive their energy, and how you can use them to work for you. For example, I use vanilla as a sweetener, but it's a spice, so it can be used as an enhancer, which is also why it's used in chocolate cakes to enhance and balance out the chocolate flavor, So it all depends on you, your practice, and your perception of whatever ingredients you're using. Yes, so how I did it was that I prepared the water. I boiled it because it was tap water. You don't need to boil it beforehand if you use mineral water. Just tap water has a lot of chemicals in it that are going to be harmful, potentially harmful to the kombucha, so you want to boil it beforehand for a bit, so 10-20 minutes. Then you add the sugar, you let it dissolve, and you add the tea. Now as you add the tea, it's where you're gonna charge your intent into it. The way I do it, how you can see it in the video, is that I use a chopstick that I use as a wand, and I direct my energy and intent into the brewage that I spin, so it's gets evenly distributed within it. Then you let it sit for a bit, you let it boil and infuse. Then you take it off the heat, you cover it, you let it charge. You let it infuse, you let the spell infuse and charge. And when it's at room temperature, you can start the kombucha. You can take a clean jar, add your tea, add some of your starter from the kombucha jar, add the kombucha mother, cover it, and you let it brew for a few days, depending on your environment. Could be 2 days, it could be a week. I left mine for a bit too long, so it wasn't really... It kind of failed. Like, it was out for too long, so all the so all the bubbles ran out. So that wasn't really fun, and I think it didn't have enough sugar anymore because I left it for too long. But I mean, it was still edible. I still drank it, it was still good, and I think it still served its purpose. It just, as kombucha itself, it wasn't the best brew. But I mean, it worked and it was nice. Whatever spell you're making, especially in kitchen witchcraft, if it's the first time you do this recipe, don't make it into a spell. Make it into a spell once you've done it, at least once, and you know how the recipe acts by itself. So that if the recipe itself, like if your thing fails, you can know if it's the spell or the physical recipe that failed it. So like, for example, this time my kombucha kind of flopped, but that's on my end because I left it to ferment for too long. It's not because of the spell, it's because I didn't fully respect the process. If you do something for the first time and you have no experience in it, you don't know how the energies are gonna work together. If it fails, you have no idea why it did, you know? You have no idea if it's because you forgot an ingredient, if it's because something didn't work out, or if it's because the spell and the physical base of the spell clashed. You can't know that if you have never done the recipe before. So yeah, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful in any ways. I hope it maybe helped clear out some things, helped you figure out your practice a bit better. I hope it was inspiring, because really that's what I'm trying to do, inspire. Maybe I made you discover new ways you could make spells, ways you didn't think of before. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Yeah, just let me know in the comments what you thought. If you tried it, how you perceive potions. Let's start a conversation. And yeah, give it a like if you liked it. Share with a friend if you think they would like it as well. And I see you in the next video.